برحب فيكن أعزائي الطلاب، ومننهي درسنا بالفيلم يلي بيوضح العملية من أولها التكاثر في مغلفات البذور. طبعا الفيلم بدايته لأنه اللي عاملينه طبعا يعني عم يحكوا عن كل النباتات الزهرية واللا زهرية، والمقدمة عم تكون عرض طبعا هاي النباتات الزهرية اللي بتتكاثر بواسطة الأزهار.
For most of us, flowers are a source of pleasure with their variety.
هون عم يوصف هلا ويقول الأزهار إلى ألوان كتيرة، إلى أشكال كتيرة، هي وسيلة التكاثر. طبعا النباتات الزهرية منتشرة جدا، يجرى تجارب عليها من خلال تلقيح أنواع مختلفة بعضها ببعض، منحط حبات الطلع لنوع على مآبر على مياسم نباتات أخرى، وتجرى عمليات التهجين ما حكينا مرة بالوراثة. نعم، فنبدأ هلأ نتعرف على أولاً
The role the flower plays in reproduction is easier to see in the larger, simpler flowers of the many monocotyledons.
هاي الزهرة اللي بدنا ندرسها هاي حقيقية.
The small number and large size of their flower parts allows us to easily illustrate their structure.
هلا هاي رسم الزهرة مثل ما
Each
قلنا
flower has 3 sepals,
من السبلات
which overlap 3 petals.
والبتلات الزويج.
Inside the petals there are 6 stamens that produce pollen.
الأزدية.
Each stamen is attached to the flower by a filament.
والمدقة أو الخباء. هذا هو.
The enlarged sac at the tip of the filament is called the anther. Inside the anther there are 4 microsporangia. Each microsporangium is nourished by a layer of surrounding cells called the tapetum.
1 2 3 4 تتشكل داخلهم.
A microsporangium consists of diploid sporocyte cells.
حبات الطلع بدءا من الخلايا الأم
The cellulose walls of these cells are soon replaced by a layer of callose.
هاي الخلية الأم طبعا في خلايا.
Each sporocyte now divides twice by meiosis.
عليها انقسام.
This creates 4 haploid microspore cells, each with 1 set of chromosomes. This group of adhering microspores is known as a tetrad. Soon the callose is removed and sporopollen begins to form on the surface of each cell. The surrounding tapetum now releases additional sporopollen.
صارت هلا عم تتغذى طبعا من تهلم الطبقة المغذية.
One area of each wall, the sulcus, remains smooth, receiving very little sporopollen. However, the rest of the wall is covered in a thick ornate coating of this tough, resistant material.
تميز حبة الطلع فتية إلى ناضجة. هي الناضجة هي التزيينات الطبقة الخارجية.
Each microspore nucleus now divides by mitosis. The lower generative cell separates from the wall and moves into the cytoplasm of the larger tube cell. This is the immature male and is known as a pollen grain. Before it is released, the pollen grain accumulates nutrient reserves. Finally, most of the water is lost, and the pollen grain enters into a resting state.
تصبح مدينة بالشكل بعد مضجة تميزها داخل الأكياس الطلعية.
Before the anther releases the pollen, the cells beneath the epidermis develop thickened walls.
الطبقة الآلية هي التي تؤدي إلى تفتح المئبر، موجودة تحت طبقة البشرة.
When the pollen and the anther mature and dry out, the endothecium shrinks. This tears open the anther between each pair of microsporangia, allowing the pollen to escape.
تخرج حبات الطلع من المآبر. إذن هي الجهاز الذكري والمنبر. الآن المبيض أو الخباء، مدقة يعني كلها. هي المدقة، هذا المبيض، هي القلم، هي الميسم. هون عدة أخبية ملتحمة. هذا مبيض وهذا هذا مبيض.
A slender style extends from the ovary.
ينتهي
And at the tip of the style, there is a stigma.
لكن
The
المياسم
three
مع
carpels are
المبايض
fused together, forming one stigma and a style with a central
هذا ميسم
canal.
واحد للمبايض هدول كلياتهم. هذا قلم واحد، وهي المبايض الملتحمة، الأخبية الملتحمة. توجد داخلها البذيرات. هيك هي مبيض فيها.
In the young carpels, small outgrowths appear on the ovary wall. Each of these is a megasporangium. Two layers of cells, the integuments grow over the megasporangium. A small pore, the micropyle, is the only area that remains uncovered by the integuments. This entire structure is called an ovule.
يوجد داخلها شيء اسمه كيس رشيمي.
Inside the sporangium, there is a single diploid sporocyte cell. The diploid sporocyte divides by meiosis to form 4 haploid nuclei, each with one set of chromosomes. In some plants, such as lilium, walls are not formed around these nuclei. But in the majority of flowering plants, walls are formed around each nucleus, resulting in 4 megaspore cells. 3 of these then degenerate. The surviving spore enlarges, and the nucleus divides 3 times, yielding 8 haploid nuclei. 2 of these nuclei move towards the center. These are known as the polar nuclei. 7 cells now form. At the micropyle end, there is an egg cell and 2 synergid cells. In the middle, there is a central cell containing the 2 polar nuclei. Above this, the remaining nuclei form 3 antipodal cells. This is the female gametophyte, also known as the embryo sac. This is contained within the megasporangium, which is covered by the integuments of the ovule. The ovule and 2 synergid cells. In the middle, there is a central cell containing the 2 polar nuclei. Above this, the remaining nuclei form 3 antipodal cells. This is the female gametophyte, also known as the embryo sac. This is contained within the megasporangium, which is covered by the integuments of the ovule. The ovule, in turn, is surrounded by the carpel.
هاي كله اسمه الخباء أو الجهاز. الآن الإلقاح ومراحل الإلقاح. أول شيء بمراحل الإلقاح هو
The transfer of pollen to the receptor surface of the stigma is called pollination. This happens by various means, such as wind, insects, or other animals.
ميسا يستقبل عدد كبير من حبات الطلع، لا ينتج إلا حبة الطلع من النوع نفسه.
The pollen grain now absorbs water and begins to swell.
تنفتح بهالشكل وينمو لها الأنبوب الطلعي.
A pollen tube soon emerges containing the tube nucleus and the generative cell.
هي نواة الخلية
The
الإعاشية
generative
وهي
cell
الخلية
divides to form two
التوالدية.
sperm cells. In order to reach the ovaries, the pollen tube must now carry the sperm down the full length of the canal. It does this by first growing through the stigma to reach the surface of the canal directly below. Here it grows along the moist transmitting tissue, which serves as a path to the ovary.
داخله لعند المبيض. هذا الأنبوب الطلعي.
Pollen tubes have a very fast rate of growth, often several micrometers per minute. This growth is localized at its tip.
هي الخلية الإعاشية بدايتها.
Vesicles containing wall material accumulate at the tip, where they are required for wall growth. Behind this, the cytoplasm flows around the cell in regular streams. This is known as cytoplasmic streaming. The two sperm cells and tube nucleus continually move forward as the cell grows.
نواة الخلية
Plugs of wall material called callos form, which keep the cytoplasm close to the growing tip.
تغلق. يعني بس المقدمة خلية حية. لذلك بنقول الخلية الإعاشية توجه الأنبوب.
When the pollen tube reaches the base of the style, it grows into one of the three ovaries.
إنه فقط مقدمتها هي اللي فيها مكونات الخلية والنشاط الخلوي، بينما من الأعلى يغلق خلفها وييبس يعني.
Inside the ovary, the tube locates the two rows of ovules.
الآن وصل الأنبوب الطلعي إلى البذيرة ويدخل من قوة البذيرة.
The pollen tube grows into the micropyle, where it penetrates the megasporangium.
هذا النوسي، هذا الكيس الرشيمي.
It then grows into one of the synagid cells, releasing the two sperm.
تتهلم النهاية
One sperm fertilizes the egg cell, forming a diploid zygote cell.
تلتحم مع البويضة وبتشكل
The second
بيضة
sperm fuses
ملقحة،
with the two polar
والثانية
nuclei,
تلتحم مع نواة
forming a primary
وبتشكل
endosperm
بيضة
cell.
إضافية.
This double fertilization is characteristic of all angiosperms.
double fertilization يعني
The ovary
التقاح
contains
مضاعف.
hundreds of ovules, and each requires a pollen tube to be fertilized.
طبعاً حبات الطلع كلها
To accomplish this, the style supports the growth of a large number of pollen tubes.
وبيبدأ طبعاً بس يوصل كله ينتهي هون بالقلم، هذا القلم والميسم فوق.
These grow down the style and enter each of the three ovaries.
مو حبة طلع واحدة، معنا بزيرات كثير كلياتها أنابيب
When the pollen
طلعية.
tubes enter an ovary, they each locate and fertilize an ovule.
شايف مشوارها طويل؟
Each ovary now has many fertilized ovules, which will develop into seeds.
الآن تشكل البذور والثمار.
After the ovules are fertilized, the flower undergoes several changes. Many parts begin to wither. Eventually, these parts are shed.
المبيض.
Only the ovary remains healthy and firmly attached to the stem.
المبيض لعدة أخبية، عدة مبايض يعني.
Inside the ovary, the ovules are now about to undergo many changes.
هون بتغير بقى على البذيرة.
Each ovule contains two fertilized cells. The nucleus of the primary endosperm cell begins to divide to form endosperm tissue with no cell walls. The zygote divides, forming a large basal cell and a small
أما
apical
الأصلية
cell.
فتنقسم واحد،
The basal
وحدة
cell produces a
صغيرة
chain of
موجهة نحو
cells
الداخل،
called a suspensor,
وحدة كبيرة
and the
موجهة
apical
نحو
cell
القوة.
gives rise to an embryo.
تنمو
The
تعطي
suspensor now
المعلق،
begins to transport nutrients into the young
وتنمو
embryo.
لتعطي
In
طبيعة
monocotyledons,
الرشيد
a single
الذي ينمو
seed leaf
إلى
or
رشيد.
cotyledon forms.
من أين يستمد غذائه؟ من السويداء. وهو عم ينمى، كل
As it
هذا
enlarges,
عبارة عن
the embryo also receives
الرشيد
nutrients directly from the surrounding
بأقسامه. بظن
endosperm.
شفناه بالأول، مو هيك؟ نعم.
During this time, walls slowly form within the endosperm tissue. A tiny shoot tip forms on one side of the embryo.
لاحظتوا؟ يعني المهم تسمية نسيج مغذي.
Below this, there is a stem called the hypocotyl. At the base of the hypocotyl, there is a root.
الجذير.
This is covered by a protective root cap. In most monocotyledons, nutrients now begin to accumulate within the endosperm. When nutrient accumulation is complete, much of the water is removed, and the embryo enters a state of dormancy.
تفقد جزء كبير من مائها وتعيش حياة بطيئة لفترة.
However, a different sequence of events takes place in the ovules of most dicotyledons. In these ovules, the growing seed leaves accumulate nutrients and absorb all of the endosperm.
ولا يبقى بالتالي
As both types of ovules mature, the integuments develop into a tough, protective seed coat. The ovule is now a seed. At the same time that the ovule is changing into a seed, the developing embryo is releasing hormones. These stimulate the ovary to expand and make room for the enlarging ovules. In this way, the ovary wall expands and is transformed into a fruit. In most lilies, the fruit is a tough, dry capsule that tears open to release the seeds. The seeds are soon dispersed and will germinate to form new plants, thus completing the life cycle. We have seen that flowers capture pollen and ensure the success of fertilization and seed formation. In the plant world, reproduction by flowers is the most efficient. It's therefore not surprising that a great variety of